Okay, so last time when we left off, things were going on. Drogath was not with us for that session, but they have rejoined us this session. Drogath spent his time wandering around the town, just generally sort of meandering and exploring almost. Nothing in great detail, but just getting a bearing for what is in this area. Drogath, while you are doing this, you do notice one very, very prominent building. It is huge, like a massive tower up into the sky. It is made out of like a grey, deep grey cobblestone. The windows appear to all be barred off, and on your journey around said tower, you do notice a sign above the door, which simply reads Null Zone Prison. After exploring for the day and getting a bit of a bearing for the town that you're in and kind of knowing where some of the areas are, you decide to retire back to the inn where your comrades are staying. In doing so, you do actually bump into Pior and Zion, who are actually sat in amongst other adventurers. Very noticeable. They're the only Leonins in this area. And they appear to be eating a bowl of stew with a drink.
Hi. Where are the others?
It is a long story.
We will have to talk to it later when we're back in the room and catch
Yeah.
up
Okay.
what our day has been.
You can take the food back to your room if you wish. So that you may discuss further the events of the preceding day.
Are you hungry, Drogath?
Yes. Quite hungry, yeah.
Okay. Then let us get you something and we'll head back.
You approach the bar and there is a human maid who is manning the bar. As you approach, she sort of smiles coyly and, well, hello there, adventurer. How may I be of service?
Could I get some of that same stew you're having?
Oh, yes, indeed. Would you like me to charge it to your room, or are you paying now?
I can pay now. That's okay.
That is fine. It will be 2 silver.
Do you have change for a gold piece?
How about I just put it on your room instead?
Okay.
Would you also like a drink, adventurer? We have
Uh,
the finest mead in all of the Illydian kingdom, brewed in our
yes.
own backyard.
I'll take some, yes. You can also put that on the...
She hands you a metal flagon, much like my own. And inside you see this warm, browny, yellow-coloured mead. From the look of it, you would say this is quite a strong mead. And it has a lovely floral aroma to it, which kind of makes your mouth water and makes you sort of, yeah, I really need to drink this. She hands you a bowl and a spoon, and thank you. If you need anything else, I will be here all night.
Okay.
With that, she goes off to serve a dwarf who is at the end of the bar, seemingly completely hammered. Pun intended. You make your way to your room, and it is a simple room with two basic beds, a sort of nightstand, and an armor stand as well for each bed, in case you have armor that you wish to disrobe from. There is also like an old style, like coppery brass bathtub that you can wash in, with a small fire that you could heat water on. However, you would assume, as per last time you were at this place, that someone would come and fill the bath for you should you request it.
Or you catch him up.
What?
I'm hungry. You catch him up.
Don't you do it? We're both in the middle of eating. I'm not good with things.
You are.
Just
Why do I have to do it?
You tell him, no, you tell him, no, you tell him.
Zion.
If this continues, you're going to have to roll me a persuasion check. Okay, Tior, roll me a persuasion, and Zion, roll me a persuasion save.
I don't have the dice. I have to.
Ha 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 ha.
I know. Shut.
There is an entire chat for it.
I don't remember the thing, but I will try.
Exclamation mark, roll space 1d20 plus whatever your modifier is.
Ugh. Should I even bother at this point?
Yes.
Fine.
Why, what did they roll?
Not 20.
You could still roll a nat 20.
That's it. I don't even know my team.
You do, though. It is
I need
odd.
to. I know. I need to open it. Calm down. Where is? Persuasion. I am trying to find it. That is not. Yeah. Is it space plus whatever?
No, just so it's exclamation
Okay.
point roll space 1d20 plus, like the plus
Oh.
sign, and then whatever your modifier is, and it'll roll it in.
22.
But not a nat 20.
Oh, not a nat 20 though.
Ah.
Tior, it's you are going to be explaining this. You did not persuade Zion to explain. Zion is in fact so unpersuaded that he just basically shrugs it off and eats his stew.
Okay. Well, I am putting down my jewel, and I'm going to what am I explaining again?
What's happened?
What's happened? Okay.
Well, what Tior would know has happened.
Our candle and the bat are in prison.
Why am I the candle?
Is you're a candle?
Okay. Why are they in prison?
Is a long story, but it have to do with a guard or something like that, and we tried to get them out, or we tried to get the candle flew into the water, and we were talking with the guard, or trying to find a way to get it dealt with best. And
Okay.
we need papers. We got our, but they're in prison because of
Yeah, that would be because the person who's behind Mosaic today actually wasn't there last session.
So, sum up. Basically, Radel and Totu ended up in trouble because they didn't have papers, so they were escorted to the prison, where they are now incarcerated. And to get them out, they needed to have their papers, so they have gone and found a way of getting the papers.
Yeah.
But they didn't get yours, they just got their own.
Oh, that's because we were like, oh, should we get Drogath's to you? And you're like, no, make Drogath get his own.
I said no because you don't know enough about Drogath, so Drogath will have to get his own.
Oh, that's
Mm.
true.
Because there were certain bits of information that you needed about Drogath that you didn't have.
AKA age
Mm-hmm.
and name, full name,
Mm-hmm.
and species.
And what?
How did you get papers?
it was a long process.
Because I'm probably gonna need them as well.
We need to get you papers. That is true. Zion will help me remember how to do papers.
In
I
the-
cannot remember. When he's
When-
done with his food.
I'm pausing. Calm down. When we go back to get the other 4, we will get yours rolling.
Because I know it takes time. Yeah, it takes time.
Okay.
What were you gonna say?
According to the candle, as TR calls him, the pair of them have joined gang.
God!
They've joined a gang?
Inside prison type gang. It is a shock to me too, trust.
It's what he said in his note.
So
Candle?
what is his name? Toto.
Da is
Toto.
Totu.
Toto. Da.
You
The
keep calling
candle.
him Candle.
Well, he light up like candle. What do you expect?
He's size of candle.
Candle is brighter than I am, so.
You're still. Oh, he's still light, so I call him. So he's little candle.
Little candle.
He's our little candle. I see nothing wrong with that.
Exasperated sigh from Totu, just like,
wax guys.
I fucking hope you're not.
No, I'm not. No, I'm
Just
not.
ends up being a really hot day, and it's like, so we have to scoop Totu up because they're just melting.
No, I'm not. That was a joke because, you know.
I know. It still would be amusing though, wouldn't it? Just like, so we need to travel here, but it's like 70-degree heat, and Totu's just there, like.
Like a snowman, just.
Or just a
Yeah.
puddle, and then it's like, oh well, if we like put something cold on them, they'll solidify. So someone like uses a frost ray or something, and then Totu's just stuck as a puddle, like.
Get an in-between temperature where he can shape his own body.
It'd be like one of the worst superpowers ever.
Uh-huh.
At a very specific temperature, you can shapeshift. Above that, you're liquids.
Below that, you're just solid. But then also because they're
Yeah.
wax, solid wax isn't all that hard. So it'd be like, oh yeah, go punch this, and it's like your hand molds around the object you are punching. Like, oh, okay.
Oops. Tries to lift up a sword.
Arm breaks off.
Oh no.
tries to lift up a sword in hot weather, and his arm just extends, and it's like, guys, I've turned into rubber.
Also, if you're hit by a sword, it'll just like
Oh.
pass through you.
Yeah, but it'd still cut him in half.
Yes, that is.
Yeah, but then you heat him up, and it's fine.
No, because he'd be cut in half and he'd be dead. You would essentially just have a wax figure.
Of a dead person. You know, the
Yeah.
wax figure is the dead person. Lovely.
Be great. So you can choose to either go back to the person to get Drogath's papers rolling as well, or you can choose to bed down for the night and go to sleep.
I suppose we can get the paper started and then we come back at rest, huh?
I think we should be very careful about how much we move in suspicious method.
Oh,
What we paper.
Okay, so we rest for now.
So we're going to rest for the moment. Sure.
Also, Theodore, you need to stop calling Totu Candle. He does not like it, even though he tries to say it doesn't bother him. He says so.
Oh.
Wait,
Oh.
I did.
Oh. I will attempt to remember.
You better.
I will attempt to remember not to call him a candle. Then what do I call him? Oh, that.
Call him his name, da.
I said Toto. I corrected Sal. Calm down. I will try to remember not to call him a candle. But while I work on that, I might still sleep and call him candle a few times, and I will apologize. But it's a work in progress. I cannot do it from one day to another.
As long
So-
as you.
We'll work on it.
Okay. You are staying here tonight, right?
Nah, I will stay to.
Radel and Totu, while the people on the outside are doing this, what are you doing?
Absolutely fucking nothing.
Sleeping.
I'm pretty sure Radel's sleeping, yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
I pulled an all-nighter.
oh.
Okay. Radel and Totu, you are woken up very, very early
Oof.
by what sounds like someone slamming two metal pots together.
Oh.
It is loud enough that it travels throughout the whole of the prison and wakes everyone up, and it is literally just getting light. Radel, this really shocks you awake because of your enhanced hearing. It is literally like someone next to you just...
Okay. Love that.
That's a good point. I need my notes open.
I think Radel would probably fall off the ceiling at this point.
Ow.
You don't take any damage for that, by the way.
Good.
That's good to know.
First, I'd probably go and try and find Ray, and then I'd go check it out.
Yep. You can find Ray pretty easily. They're quite unique. in the prison.
Yes.
There's not really anyone who looks like them here.
Is it?
Radel emerges from his cell, rubbing his head.
Hey, you got woken up by that too, huh?
What gave it away?
The rubbing of the head. Do you want to go see what it is?
Sure, let's walk towards the annoyingly loud noise.
Sorry. You can stay here and then I'll tell you what it is if you want.
Radel rolls his eyes and starts walking off in the direction of the noise.
Okay. You don't need to walk very close to realise what it is, but it appears that in the middle, the very middle of the prison tower, there are 6 carts of food. It doesn't look like it's the best quality. But there is someone who is literally banging together 2 steel pans, so that people can come and collect or buy food. This is basically like a breakfast call. You can go closer and investigate if you wish.
I think I'll pass.
Okay.
I'll go.
Okay. To roll me a perception check, please.
Right away, sir.
Percent. Okay. Rolls. Eight.
All you notice is that this food seems to be leftovers. It's not like actual food. It almost looks like someone has thrown a party and they have just chucked the leftovers into carts and wheeled it into the prison. You do also notice, because they're quite easy to spot, that there are a couple of beast lords here who seem to be picking through bits of the food to put into a smaller cart. There are a couple of your prison gang, the undead, also doing the same thing, and a couple of others that you don't recognize, but they all seem to be basically going through the carts and picking out bits here and there that are, for their gang or their clan, you would assume.
Okay, I go back and tell that to Randall. But the food is being divided into the clans, and that's what that noise was, and also that they are probably leftovers and they're probably not good quality.
In other words, nothing new was learned.
Yes.
Pretty much. Okay. So, people outside of the prison, would anyone be waking up at the crack of dawn, or are you all, sleep in until it's like a normal time of day to wake up?
Well,
I would wake.
since I did not go out yesterday, I probably slept in.
I would
Drogoth?
be awake quite early. Not necessarily the break of dawn, but
Zion?
Yeah, I think I would wake up pretty early too, but not at the crack of dawn.
Okay. So, about 3 hours after the two in the prison are awake.
Probably.
Totu and Radel, you have 3 hours. At least.
We're in prison. What are we going to do?
I don't know.
Nothing.
Has the noise died down yet?
Oh yeah, he's stopped banging the...
Great. Can I go look for bugs?
There is only one place in the prison that you can get bugs.
Ah, well. Well, I guess I'm going to go get breakfast then. I was hoping.
No. There is only one place in this prison that you can get bugs. I thought I'd made that clear last session.
I was hoping, DM.
I mean, there's hope, and then there's just no fucking chance at all. Do you remember the pricing from last session?
Yes, a large meal is 10 copper.
Okay.
Except I only have a silver.
You're probably going to have trouble then.
Uh-oh.
Todu,
I can give you
do
some
you have
copper.
change for a silver?
I can give you some copper.
I hand Totu a silver.
I don't have enough for a silver.
Right, it's an IOU.
It's fine. I'll just pay for you. You don't need to give me the silver. Hands back
Well,
the silver.
I Rados has walked off and refuses to take it.
Totu, roll me a sleight of hand to see if you can give Radel back the silver without them noticing.
Why is this happening? That's a 5.
Radel instantly realizes what you're trying to do.
That wasn't really trying to.
Consider it an early gift.
What?
An early gift, and it's like, for what? What am I being given a gift for?
But Totu should know.
I know.
Bit worrying.
Don't worry about it. It's fine. Everything is okay.
Okay.
Sorry.
You make it sound so ominous.
It does, doesn't it? It sounds quite sinister. It's like, don't worry, it's fine. It also doesn't help with that giggle. That's like one of those evil genius like giggles that soon turns into a maniacal laugh.
It's just my silly little giggle. What's there?
I have plans for downtown. Ha 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 ha.
What is there to worry about? It's just one of my silly little giggles.
Who knows?
Sorry.
We will say that everyone is now awake. Radel, you have eaten a large meal of bugs. This will sustain you until your evening meal.
How much is it?
10 copper.
Okay, I'm taking 10 copper away from my thingy. There we go.
That's what you wanted me to do, yes?
Yeah.
I'm asking Ray.
What?
If you just wanted me, if you... Sorry.
So add 1 silver because Ray has given you a silver, and minus 10 copper because you have paid for Raidal's food.
Okay,
Yes.
yes, I did. Not.
And you yourself have not yet eaten.
Oh, right. I forgot about that.
Since entering the prison.
Okay, I will. I have.
Nothing,
That
because
does not
everything was taken off you when you got put in the prison.
I ate a half
An
eaten
apple.
Oh yeah, you ate a half-eaten apple. That is not going to be enough to sustain you.
Oh,
You should, like,
really?
Off.
Sorry, I'm very giggly today.
Have you been
yeah,
smoking the devil's lettuce?
What is the devil's lettuce?
Weed, cannabis,
No.
marijuana,
No, I have not.
the old splifferoos.
Spliffer. No, I haven't.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to fix that, please. Thank you.
Which one?
What do you mean, which one?
I think everyone else would have got that. I think that went over your head.
What? Huh?
Obviously, you're referring to the fact that you would like to fix the fact that your character hasn't really eaten. But the conversation we had just before you said that you would like to fix that was you saying that you have not smoked any of the devil's lettuce. And then your next statement was, I would like to fix that, please.
Oh no.
Can't really help with that one, I'm afraid. Like,
Yeah, so obviously it is not referring to that. It is
I know, I was joking. That's why I said it that way. So I was like, which one? I know which one you mean. You would have to find someone with food.
I would like to do that, please, and thank you. Probably, considering that someone from the part of the people that I have
The undead.
yes, that that they were putting food into a cart, I'll probably go to that.
You would have to approach the leader of the undead.
Oh no. Okay, never mind. I can just try and find someone who's selling food. I can do that.
Okay. Where exactly are you looking?
Do know.
Like, how exactly are you looking? I want you guys to explain to me what you're doing, because I'm going by one of the videos that either, I can't remember whether it's Zion or Tior, but they posted it, and I think it's great because this is what I try and encourage you guys to do. I want you to tell me how you're doing things. Like, explain to me what you're doing
okay.
so you are more
Okay.
immersed in your characters. And I will then tell you if you need to roll or not.
Just wandering around trying to find anyone that is food. Probably first in the place where it is safe, quote unquote, and then if I don't find anything, then try somewhere else.
So within the undead area, you are looking for someone selling food.
Yes.
How?
Just wandering around the floors.
So I stare at someone in the hopes that they
No,
somehow magically
no, it's like when
So
Radel did it, there was like a sign that said,
so
bugs.
Yeah, but
thingy.
Raidal's thing is more specific. Like, in the Beast Lords, there will be insectivores, whereas
also
in the undead, he specifically said to you to let him know if you needed, like, blood, souls, or life force for sustenance. Aside from that, he didn't say anything else, really.
Also, Radel got told exactly where by his leader.
Exactly where the food would be.
Yeah.
Wait,
If it,
wait, the guy we first talked to. He could tell me where I could get that.
you're going to find one specific guy in a prison full of tens of thousands of people.
Right.
Rather than just going to your leader.
If it helps, Radel's following you around like a puppy and glaring at everyone.
Plus, let's bear in mind, he is the leader of the gang that you are part of. Like,
Okay.
he's not really going to be that unapproachable if he is the leader of the undead, which is your faction, I suppose.
Okay.
Do you imagine if he was like, just walking and he's like, fuck off. But I'm a part of your clan. I don't care, fuck off. Just away from my sight, peasant. Okay.
Okay. Sure. Hi.
Just walks in the room and, hi. Sure.
Breathe, Totu.
Wusa. Wusa.
Where can food exist?
Where can food exist? He looks at you for a minute, a bit confused, and well, I would assume anywhere. Surely.
Where can I get food? That
What food are you after?
Organic food, not meat, preferably.
Fruits and vegetables.
That's a good joke.
Wait.
Organic.
Sh-
Oh, I mean, technically all food is organic, but that was funny.
Just fruits and veggies.
He looks at you with this really confused expression on his face, like, I'm sorry, what? He looks at Radel and, do you translate for him, or is he always like this?
Yes, I translate.
Could you do so now?
They are hungry and are looking for someone who sells fruits and vegetables.
Ah, okay. Well, you'll want to go to the next floor up, and it's the fourth cell. I will warn you, though, it's not the best.
It's something, please.
That is true.
Sorry. I mean, bye.
He runs away.
The guy's just looking like, turns to Radel and goes,
Have a
that's
very
normal?
yes, very. Have a very pleasant day.
And you, go in peace. Congratulations, Toto, you know where to find food. That took us 15 minutes.
Wait, it did? Oh no! Oh dear! Oh. Oh.
Yep.
Yay!
That was great.
Basically.
Alright, dude, here we go.
You make your way to this cell, and as you enter, you see that this cell is just tables of half-eaten and half-rotten fruit and veg. You can't really tell what fruit and veg, but it does seem to be kind of in stages. So there's like one table where it looks a bit fresher. There's another table where it's like on the turn, and then there's a table where it's basically just rotten.
Not going on that third one.
The person in the cell looks corpse-like. Imagine like a stereotypical corpse with like bits of flesh missing and bone and stuff. That's basically what they look like. As soon as you enter, he spins around like inhumanly fast, catching you a bit off guard, and he looks at you and goes, "How can I help?"
If by selling me food.
That's nice. Would you like to purchase some?
Yeah. That is why I'm here. From the points to the
today's crop is what you're after.
Yeah.
You can have a small meal for 20 copper, a medium meal for 50, and a large meal for 10 silver.
Oh, I'll take a medium. That sounds nice.
That will be 20 copper.
How many? Wait, hold on.
Was
I
it
thought
20?
a
No.
medium meal was 50.
50. My bad.
Okay. That
Shouldn't have said anything. He'd got it for a cheaper price.
here, there. Here you go.
You hand him 50 copper.
Yes.
He hands you a plate, and you may choose 12 items.
Okay.
On the table there is a various assortment of like beans, potatoes, radishes, beetroot, apples, bananas, stuff. General like fruit and veg, but it's either gone past its like best, so it's not like fully rotten, or it's probably not going to taste nice. And pretty much all of it appears to be off-cut, so you would assume that it had been half-eaten by someone who has then just thrown it away, and they have cut the good part of it off. So like you are still getting like you'd get half an apple without any like bites in it or anything, but it would be cut as half an apple, so you wouldn't actually get a full piece of fruit or veg, except for onions. There appears to be a few onions which appear to be fine.
Okay. Sure. Do that.
You're going to take 12 onions?
No, I am not going to pick 12 onions. I'll pick like
Okay, based on what you said, it sounded like you were taking 12 onions, though.
Oh, okay.
Very dead.
Eating raw.
Honestly, I was sat here and I was like, go for it. If that's what you want to do, I don't think people will be speaking to you very much afterwards. Has this issue with communication, tries to talk to people, has complete onion breath, and they're like, no.
No.
Like, just take an onion and just.
Yeah, no,
Could you imagine? Just eating it like it's an apple, like, these things are really good, you should try it. And everyone's like,
and it's also a very tiny baby. Like, hey, try this.
It could be very intimidating if you just eat it straight faced.
And that is
it wouldn't, though. It would not be intimidating at all. It would just look fucking weird. It's this tiny little glowing child that is eating raw
Oh, yeah.
onions that then turns around to someone and goes, try this! And they look at them like, you've lost the fucking plot. Like, is this some kind of childish prank, or do you genuinely think they're nice? In which case, you poor child, you need so much better food education. Like,
Honestly, I would probably lean more towards demonic possession.
I think most people would at that point. Just eating raw onions, like, try it. And it's like, oh my god, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Self-torture, maybe?
Masochism, yay.
It's even funnier because they're raw onions, they'd be crying. So this glowing child, tears streaming out the mouth, like, try the onion.
Jesus Christ.
Just anyone that walks up to is like, what the fuck?
Yeah, no, I am not doing that. I'm taking like 2.
You're taking 2 onions.
And just eating them raw.
Yeah, I was going to say, are you going to try and make a meal out of this? Like, are you? Because we're going to need some. If you're trying to turn this food into a meal, we are going to need some.
It's not getting better if you instead of 12 onions, you start with 2 onions.
Right.
It's really not getting much better anyway. Like, 12 onions was a fairly safe bet. It's more of got stew.
Onion stew.
The French have like just an French onion soup or something, don't they? Oh, actually, no, I think there's like cream and cheese in that, but good luck finding that in here.
I am not good at this. And neither is that. Actually,
There's no point asking Radel to prepare you a meal because you'd end up with insects.
Yeah.
I found this apple. Can you turn it into a meal for me? And they just like go through it and they go, I found a worm. Does that work? No.
No.
I didn't want the apple either because I knew there was a worm in it.
I'll just take his apples and bananas. I'll do that.
What?
Radel, can you translate, please?
Potatoes, apples, and bananas.
So you're dropping the onions.
I would not like to eat them whole, please and thank you.
Well, yes.
If
but
you are
onion-
preparing food in any way, we are going to need checks anyway. So it just depends what you're doing. And considering you don't have any inventory at the moment, like the only thing you have is your money, which you are lucky to have. Bear in mind.
Yeah, lovely. I have to make a meal out of this.
You can just eat it whole.
And that's what I was planning with the fruit. And I also just like potatoes normally, so I was going to do that.
You're going to chomp on whole potatoes.
Why not?
Better question.
It's
Actually,
better than onions.
Let's not ask this question and let's just go with this. And
No, wait, hold on.
No.
I haven't.
You've said what you were gonna do. You're just gonna chomp on them whole.
You
No,
have
You pick potatoes, bananas, and apples.
okay.
Roll me a Constitution save, please, Toto.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Okay, love that. My rolls have been so great.
Is there's one thing I think everyone has forgotten.
I have not forgotten, which is why I asked.
Toto, you don't do a lot of cooking, do you?
No.
Like
Yes, you did.
IRL in like yeah. You picked one ingredient, like out of everything you could have picked, there's one ingredient you picked that you cannot eat raw.
Potatoes.
Yeah.
You cannot eat raw without consequence. You
But I just
Yeah.
can eat it raw.
I mean you can, but I wouldn't recommend it.
At least we're getting higher rolls this time.
What
What was it?
the?
5.
Uh,
You are not in good condition.
Cool.
Eating raw potatoes has actually made you very sick.
can I attempt to make Toto throw them up?
You can do whatever you want. Just explain what you're doing and how you're doing it.
No.
Um,
I am I am not smart. Nope, I was born stupid.
On a side note, if Totu ever visits any of us IRL, do not let them in your kitchen.
I am not that
Stupid.
bad.
Guys, these potatoes aren't mashing. Why aren't they mashing? Have you cooked them? I'm supposed to cook them.
I know I am supposed to cook. I thought they were already cooked.
At what point did I say and cooked potatoes?
They were leftovers. Leftovers usually mean that they were cooked first and then
Or
left
just
over.
not eaten before they went bad.
Toto. Also, while we were
Leftovers
talking
just
about-
means that they were the scraps that either the kitchen or the person eating didn't want. I didn't at any point specify that any of this food was cooked. And that was also emphasized by the fact that we said you would be eating raw onions.
Yeah.
If it was cooked, I would have said, oh, okay, you're going to be like slices of onions.
Should have dawned on me when you said that, huh?
Yes.
I
Maybe.
was born stupid. I'm sorry.
Can I try something like the Heimlich maneuver?
Again, you can do whatever you want.
Yes. Does that make Toto throw up raw potato?
No, because the Heimlich maneuver is for choking.
Yeah, I did. That was like.
Aside from bruising his sternum,
Oof.
No, my
it
second
does
option-
nothing.
I didn't want to, but I am going to shove my fingers down his throat.
I can do that myself.
Well, you're not. You're sick. You didn't say anything.
You would have told me to do it.
How are you doing this, Radel?
Literally grabbing him, forcing his mouth open, and shoving my
What
fingers
the
down.
fuck?
Roll me a strength check, a performance, and a sleight of hand. Also, how long are your fingers? Like, is this like a proper or is this just like a?
It's really awkward.
Please do not throw your fingers down my throat. Thank you.
Too late, it's happening.
Too late.
Too much down my throat. There we go.
Toto, you really need to learn to speak up quicker.
You really do.
Uh-huh.
You really do.
Oh God! Okay, today is Bad Roll City.
Oh.
No.
Oh,
Oh
You
no.
roll the rest.
Yeah, you do.
no.
220s now.
Um.
Today's rolls are very cool.
Oh.
Oh no.
We had a 17, and then everything else was below 10. Yay!
Hey!
Woohoo! The highest was the 6.
Again, Radel, how long are your fingers?
They're really short.
They're really short. Okay.
Yes.
So Totu, you can't speak for the next day or two.
Oh.
Because as Radel grabs you and tries to force your mouth open, they break your jaw. So essentially your character is now just like
Oh no!
Shocked face. Shocked Pikachu.
it's just loose. It just hangs open because your jaw is just broken, like here and here. So like you need something to like they successfully managed to get their hand in your mouth. However, not far enough back that it makes you gag and throw up the uncooked potato. In fact, it's more just like kind of basically you're just licking their fingers at this point.
Oh no!
And you can't close your mouth or do anything about this because your jaw is broken. So essentially, the scene that other people are watching is this bat creature basically just like in your broken jaw, which is like... So there's you just literally stood there like, and then they like, I'm gonna make you throw up. Don't worry. It's like
I can't swat the hand away.
you can definitely remove the hand from your mouth. I'm not saying that's not an option. I'm just saying at this precise moment, you're basically just licking Radel's fingers.
You're also probably in a lot of pain.
Oh, yeah.
Probably. Possibly, maybe.
You are violently sick and now have a broken jaw, which on a plus note does mean that anything that comes up is just going to without any resistance. Oh my.
Radel
Well,
looked up very quickly, looking incredibly guilty. Sorry.
The best thing is that now when you get out of jail, you're going to have to explain to the rest of your party it's a broken jaw.
That's why I'm laughing. I can't.
yeah, I was just
So
thinking about
you're
that.
going to come out of prison and they're going to be like, Wade, what the fuck's wrong with Toad?
Nothing. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
But you can't speak.
You can't talk.
Your expression of that would be hi.
I'm not doing that.
Like you also probably need to find something to close your mouth because otherwise everywhere you go, people are going to talk to you and they're just going to think you're shocked at something.
I'm just using my hands to do that. I'm not.
You're just walking around everywhere like this. Do this and it looks like you're deep in thought, just like Totu, what are you thinking? Right?
I love it.
Totu was the first one to die. Totu was the first one to get a really bad injury.
Totu doesn't have much luck, do they? Like Totu, as a
First to go
character,
to
you are just
prison.
unlucky. No, they weren't the first to go to prison.
Are we sure that it's Totu's luck?
Yes.
Because both, actually, all three occasions have been.
Oh yeah, they've all been caused by someone else.
No, they've all been caused by me specifically.
That was my point. That's why I was like, they've all been caused by someone else, and then just glared at the camera. Mentioning no names, pointing no fingers. Radel. So I had something in my throat there. So at this point, the other party members have gone back to the forger.
Wait, hold on.
Can Ray's choker hold my snout closed?
I don't know. Just gonna find out.
Sure. Fuck. I mean, I'm small enough for it to probably work.
Sorry.
I don't. What?
So, yeah, you're back at the forger, and he has completed the papers that you had asked him to complete. Aside from Drogath, who apparently they just kind of went, "Nah, it's fine. We'll go in the morning." Congratulations, everyone aside from Drogath now has papers.
Alright, I pay him the 8 gold that he asked for.
Oh well, thank you very kindly. If you need any other work doing, you know where to find me. But again, don't tell anyone.
Yes, I also need some papers.
Who the fuck are you?
Nobody at the moment, so I need papers.
He looks to Zion and Tiora and goes, "Is he with you?
Yes, he's
Nah, he's with us.
I
he's
told
the-
you not to tell anyone."
I am sorry, but he is part
He's the companion that decided to go off and do nothing
Uh-huh.
I see.
yesterday.
Okay. He hands you a piece of paper. He goes, "I will need your full name. I will need your place of origin, and I will need your age. And I will also need, what was the other thing he needed from you?
Species.
Oh yes, your race."
Yeah, I believe you said species, age, full name, the
And place of origin.
Species is
air
essentially
quotes.
race.
Yeah.
And
Subspecies.
place of honor. And place of or what the fuck? And place of origin, air quotes.
Yeah, and our place of origin was the one that Radel, the lower kingdom, I believe. Or was it the upper?
It was the lower.
Okay.
I whisper to the others of the group, like not the forger. I shouldn't say I like the place I'm from, right?
Yes, exactly like we said last time. Remember where we told you that you need to say you're from?
No.
One of you could just fill out the form for him. Or tell him what to put when it comes to place of origin.
You fill out the rest and I'll fill out place of origin for you.
Okay. I'll fill out all the information.
Okay.
And I'll put the place of origin so it matches the rest of ours.
Okay. So full name, please.
Drogath Bloodfang.
Ooh, very nice. Your race.
Half-orc.
Your age.
28.
And your place of origin.
That was someone else who wrote that.
Yeah, that was the lower kingdom.
You hand him back the piece of paper, and he looks at you and goes, "I can have this ready in 4 hours. It will cost you 2 gold."
Okay.
As he finishes this, he does hand over the other papers to Zion and Tior. These are the ones you asked for. you will find they are perfect replicas of genuine papers.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Now, leave me in peace.
Yes. All right.
Congratulations, you have fake documents. You may all add papers/travelling papers to your inventory, aside from Drogath, who does not yet have his.
Is it specifically for this kingdom, or is it
It's just papers/travelling papers.
okay?
You don't know if they are specifically for this kingdom. You just have them, basically.
Okay.
You wouldn't know if they were specifically for this kingdom until you try and leave this kingdom.
Okay.
Or until you travel somewhere else and see if they work.
Paper slash what?
Travelling papers. Although neither you nor Radel have yours at the moment, but you can add them to your inventory because they have been created.
I'm adding them and then crossing them out and just uncrossing
Unless Tior or Zion wishes to keep them for you.
Yeah, I think one of us is gonna come get you, and one of us is gonna lay low with Drogath while we wait. I just don't know who's doing what.
Dun, 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 dun. Time for a decision.
Tiord.
Ah.
Who is going to go get their companion from jail? And who is staying with Drogath?
Which would you prefer? Do you want to people? Am I good at I do not know if I'm good at people.
You better at peopling than I am usually, but
I don't know if
Okay.
I'm good at people.
I will.
It's always a promising statement, isn't it?
Especially coming
will-
from someone of your profession.
I will.
Yeah, someone of your profession, you should be amazing with people.
I will people for Radel and Totu.
I will go people. Calm down. Calm down.
Okay. Tior is going to go people. Zion, you are laying low with Drogath. Is there anything that you two want to do?
We should probably get breakfast ourselves.
You had breakfast. Oh no, you had dinner.
We had dinner.
Yeah, we should. I'm hungry.
Okay. There is not anyone at the bar, but there is a table with various things on it, food-wise, and a sign that says "Help yourself. It will be charged to your room."
Okay.
Tior,
Nah.
you approach the front of the prison. I'm assuming you're just walking up.
Yeah.
And there is a large, well-built half-elf stood in the way wearing complete black armor. He looks at you and, "How can I help?"
Gee, I'm trying to remember how to do these. How was I supposed to? Hold on, time out. How was I supposed to do these?
You have
Oh.
papers to prove that two prisoners have papers.
Oh, okay. I am here to extract two comrades, and I pull out the papers that are needed. Because they are wrongfully imprisoned.
Name of the incarcerated.
Totu and Reda.
Just quickly roll me a charisma check, Tio.
Okay.
You say shit, but charisma is something you should be good at.
What is my charisma? Let me look at that.
And a perception.
Ah. Charisma. Where is charisma? Where is charisma? I am. Okay.
The bit that
3.
says
Wait.
charisma.
+3. And wait that. Give me a minute.
I mean, you
Okay.
might need to roll as well, but
Okay, so is charisma and what else?
perception.
Perception. Where's perception? Perception. Am I blind?
Are you
I think
blind?
I think I'm blind. I found it.
I was going to say, if you
Am
are,
I
it's not something
blind?
I've imposed. Are you blind?
Am
No.
I blind? No, am I
I'm
blind?
blind.
They say as they're about to roll perception.
Yep.
Give me.
Exclamation point, roll, space.
Or you can just type the letter R. You don't need to type the entire word.
20 plus.
There's something satisfying about typing roll, though.
The plus 3. Okay. Gee.
Is that your charisma?
Charisma. The
Okay.
it's very bad. It is very bad. Gee.
I think the bot needs to go to jail, DM.
Yeah.
I have
It is
no
taking
control over the bot.
It's taking no prisoners this session.
It is taking prisoners. Us.
Okay, perception, really good. Charisma, not so much. You notice that there is a kind of glint in this captain's eyes. You would think he finds you attractive.
Okay.
He looks at you and goes, can I get your name?
I am Tior.
It's a very pretty name.
Great. That is a first. Thank you.
And aside from rescuing comrades, well, what are you doing here, Tior?
I am an adventurer. I travel.
And your adventures ever get lonely?
Sorry.
From your perception, you can clearly tell he's hitting on you. He is also the correct alignment.
Oh no.
That's not a very good sign, considering he's guarding a prison.
Yeah, bit strange that, isn't it? Maybe gives you a bit of information about the prison as well.
Okay.
Yeah, he is the right alignment, and he is flirting with you.
Very well.
You can earn some money.
Maybe even a couple of favors.
Oh, okay. Okay.
If you don't mind me being so brash, where are you staying? Perhaps I could pay you a visit. Totu's cringing, and I can audibly hear Totu cringing here. And the one thing I would like to point out is this is probably going to happen a few times, so get used to it.
Yeah.
Also, complete side note here, considering some of the stuff you read/play, how is this making you cringe? Like, when you're reading what you read, you just sit there and go like,
Yeah, it's different. This is someone they literally just met. That's the problem.
And isn't that how everything starts?
Not really. Well,
So
yes.
in your
Wait, hold
world,
on,
the
hold
only
on,
time
hold
that
on, hold on,
people
hold
can
on, hold on,
be
hold on, hold on, hold on.
together is if they've known each other for a pre-specified amount of time. Like you can't just pick someone up and you have to have known them for like at least a month beforehand, apparently.
It's not.
It is not different. It is not different at all. Same thing. Kinda.
Or Totu.
Yeah, Totu, you are going to have to get used to this because this is not going to be the only time that this happens. Especially considering Tior's profession. There are going to be points when they have to play this character. And, we won't go into the detail of what happens during their escapades. Let's phrase it that way. But when they're trying to pick people up and stuff like this, there's going to be these little interactions.
Well, I think it's safe to say that Totu is cringing because it's not what he's normally into or likes
Uh-huh.
reading quotation
Let's
marks.
just move on, please.
Everyone is entitled to like what they like. There is no problems with that.
Please move on.
Never. No, I'm joking. This is now the whole session. This is what the whole session is. No, I'm joking. That's
The whole session to be Tior rebuilding Zion's money because he has been.
oh, basically. Or alternatively, it's just going to be Tior seducing people in the prison, just like, hi. You look like you're bad. At some point, I'm sorry. So you have to use that as a pickup line at some point. Just like some random person, you just have to be like, "You look like you're bad."
Okay. I will use it at some.
So
Give me a minute. Okay.
I think I've killed Teal. I think the best thing is Totu's just muted at this point. So all I imagine is Totu's just in their room going.
Just move on.
I think Totu just really wants to get out of the spotlight.
Uh-huh.
Fine, don't worry. We're back at the conversation between the guard and Teal. And the guard has asked where you are staying and if you would like some company.
I am staying at. Are they staying at an inn? Trying to remember.
Just the
Is it-
only inn in town.
I am staying at the inn, and I would enjoy a bit of company. Yes.
I will
Your shared room.
see you this evening. Maybe I can buy you a drink.
Oh, that is a very nice. I look forward to it.
Me too. He sort of blushes a bit. He hasn't even bothered really looking at the papers at this point. He just sort of goes, I'll bring them out. And he motions to a guard to come over. And he says, We're looking for prisoners Rabel and Totu. At this point the guard enters the prison and he starts banging his sword against the entry gate. And you just hear him shouting, Rabel! Totu!
I go there.
Rado is not very happy looking.
He looks at you and he goes, Why so glum, chum? You're getting out.
Radel glances at Totu guiltily. Incidents.
They happen. Congratulations, you're free to go. Here are your papers. He hands you them. And through the gate, you can see Tior flirting still with the captain. Tior, I need you to make me another charisma roll, please.
Shit. Okay. All right with it. But okay.
Radel and Totu, you may now exit the prison.
Charisma, that is three.
Radel awkwardly shuffles past Tior, leading Totu.
The charisma, that is +3. Shit! What?
Another 8.
I am having no luck.
Wow. Bot really is taking no prisoners tonight. Either way, it doesn't matter. This captain fancies the pants off you and would like to take the pants off you. However, upon seeing your companions arrive, you decide that this is better left to when you two are alone. You do instantly notice, however, because Radel is not wearing their collar and it is around Totu's head, you notice that fact, but you also notice the lovely, tattoo brand that Radel has on their neck. And the one that Totu has on his arm.
Oh. Okay, so things happened. Okay. I have a question. What? As I gestured to Radel's neck. I went through.
I needed to sleep.
So you got a tattoo?
Insurance.
Ah. Okay. Okay. But you are safe, and that is what matters. Huh?
Radel again glances guiltily at Totu.
Oh no! Oh! What? Huh? We should go join the others. I have questions, but I can wait. Let's go.
Okay. You rejoin the other 2 members of your party. And again, all of them instantly notice the fact that you have tattoos.
Uh-huh. Oh, that too.
Nice tattoos.
Was that part of the thing you said in the note?
I hand Totu a piece of paper. I hand Totu my book and a piece of charcoal.
Oh no.
Totu, you can now communicate through written. You can speak though, you are allowed to talk in this game. It's not like you are actually mute. Followed by silence.
They're typing.
I don't get why they're not speaking.
This is
It's
more
not
fun.
more fun, it's more annoying, because now I have to try and read everything you're typing while flicking between my notes, and
I can read everything
This
Totu says.
Totu can just say, I write, and then say what they write.
I open the book.
Unless Totu has suddenly actually become mute.
Some of it has already been written off.
Okay, I go
There
to
are
the part
also-
where it's not written.
There are also pages missing where they've been throwing notes.
I don't care about that right now. Just I am still sick. Please help.
No, that has now passed. Like, your
Oh,
stomach
okay,
still
that's fine.
doesn't feel great, but you're not being physically sick. Like, if you eat anything within the next, say, like, 7 hours, you're probably going to throw it back up. But you are not currently being sick.
Okay.
Your mind was kind of distracted from the fact that you felt sick by the fact that you have a broken jaw.
Okay, I will now then write. What questions do you have?
Okay?
Radel reads the question out loud, not wanting anyone else to get their hands on the book.
Why are you not speaking while you're writing this?
Can you not
Uh,
see?
Hold on.
I would say open your eyes and look.
I have a broken jaw.
How did you say that?
I'm assuming when they're speaking, they're writing.
Yes.
So they would write it and then show you.
What did you do?
What happened?
No, I will ignore whatever Drogot just said, and I'll just write. It's a prison. Injuries are bound to happen.
Well, at least you're alive. That is what matters.
Nods.
Hey DM,
Yes?
did Toto lose hit points when he
Oh yeah, good question.
broke his jaw?
No.
Okay.
No, he just got his jaw broken.
Yeah. I'm
Oh.
not being that mean at the moment because you're still quite low level. So you've not really got the most health. And I don't want to suddenly give someone, like, say, half health or something from a broken jaw.
I have the ripe HP of 15.
And breaking a jaw would be about 5.
Yay!
So at this point, no, he didn't take any actual health damage, but he won't be able to speak for the next couple of days.
Well, I was asking because I was about to fix that.
Okay, that's fine. How are you doing so?
Well, I can't fix it if he hasn't lost HP.
Does mending work on broken bones?
Does it say that it works on broken bones?
I don't know. I haven't read the spell.
I would suggest you do so and then come back to me.
I'll go look it up.
I don't believe it does. I think you'll find it specifies an object.
Yeah, an
Okay.
object.
I was gonna do this, which was my life on what? That is not what I copied. Hang on.
Alright, just slap me and then do it. Smile.
Slaps you and insta-kills you.
Don't do that, please. Thank you.
Ah, fuck.
Let's not get me killed twice.
Not again, please. I'm already broke.
Yeah, he was like, let's not do this, I don't have enough money. Maybe in like 4 days' time, but right now, no.
Yeah, I was gonna
You're
do the
already
life
getting
on
some
demand.
more later this evening, apparently.
Yeah, but the bit that I refer back to is both Zion and Radel have pointed out Tior, who regularly picks up people, is awkwardly stuttering through their first player RP, which is great. Secondly, Tior, Zion wrote Tior invites people back to the room he shares with Drogath and Zion. Radel then commented, I would love some company in the room I share with my Lunin and half-orc companions.
We'll just do something else. So
So that's going to be.
Teal just turns around to them and is like, "You might want to leave tonight. Like, rent another room or just go somewhere else." Also, we're gonna need to do a little bit of extra RP on this when it comes to the evening, because, like, we need to find out how much you're charging and how that conversation goes, and
Oh, lovely.
also how you're going to approach this with the captain, who just thinks he's getting lucky.
Oh, okay. Oh, gee.
Again, Totu, unfortunately, you're going to have to get used to this. I know you're not particularly comfortable with it, but
I know, again.
But profession.
it's a good thing that this is like a, I generally put this is a plus 80.
Oh.
The players don't have to be 18. However, there are adult themes and mature content throughout. If that wasn't already apparent from my very much pirate-esque vocabulary. So, congratulations, you're all out of prison. I don't know if anyone's actually going to explain what happened in the prison. They're just kind of leaving it as a shit happened. It just happened. It's prison. What do you expect?
Yeah, I thought it already was explained.
What are you talking about? Nothing happened. It was just prison.
But there, you are not wearing the thing around your neck,
No, because it's around Totu's fucking head.
Is there? There.
You keep breaking up, and I can't hear every second word.
Okay. Your collar is around his head. It is not normally there. What happened?
Totu just point back to the part where he wrote, "I have a broken jaw."
Oh. So okay. That's
That leaves more questions than it answers by the sound of that. And I also don't know what Drogat's doing.
I also point back to the part where I also said, "It's prison, what did you expect? Injuries are bound to happen."
You need to be more explanatory. Write more. Give me paragraph. Give me story. I need to know what happened.
You
have a broken jaw. It's more than just prison.
They are.
What?
If they don't want to share, they don't want to share. They are now safe, and they will not get hurt.
That is true. It is true.
So long as you don't let Radel near them. Drogat, you've been pretty silent throughout this.
It happens in prison.
Okay, he's just taken that as a
What happens,
yes,
happens.
Yeah, basically. I suppose with where you come from originally, actually, that makes perfect sense. You just turn around and be like,
Fair enough.
Like, sure, whatever. Okay. What were you actually supposed to be doing before you got arrested?
Rescuing me and Totu.
Yeah.
Who are in the quarry.
So now we did that.
We were investigating the ruins.
Oh, right, yeah, we were investigating the ruins, then we found the minecart, then we went into the quarry, then we went that, so...
To the docks, and you saw that there were ships that were being, like, having the metal plates attached to them. And then you very stupidly got yourselves arrested.
Uh-huh.
It wasn't stupid. It was unfortunate.
We say it wasn't stupid, however, there was an option for one of you to pick up Totu and run towards the town, but the option you went for was to throw him back into the quarry. You could find a healer though that would be able to heal Totu beforehand, but it might cost you. Unless
I
you
will
could
take
convince
my
them
money
to do it for free. Oh, also, Radel and Totu. I don't know what you have in your inventory. But you are both missing one random item from your inventory.
So we have to roll a d whatever however many items we have in our inventory, and that's what we're missing.
Exclude weapons and armor.
Okay.
So, like, if you say had like a forger's kit, you might now be missing the ink, or something like that.
Cool.
Does
So
that
I
include a spell book?
Yes, if you have a spell book, so it's not going to be something that's important for your character. It's something that could easily be replaced, but because it's this prison and how this was, like, they didn't really keep a note of what your inventory was, so they just give you what they remember you have, and so you are both missing one item from your inventory. A random item, but you're missing it.
So I'm either missing. So I either don't have a feather or a component pouch.
I would say the feather.
Okay.
Feather is much easier to replace.
Yes. I don't
Component
have-
pouch, not so much.
I don't have a feather. There we go.
Oh, so I guess I'm missing a book of lore. I don't even know what that is, but there we go. I'm missing it.
A book of lore?
Yeah.
Do you not know what lore is?
Yes. I know what
Yeah.
lore is, but I don't know why I have it or what it's doing there.
So a book of lore is basically just like a book of fairy tales.
Oh, well, there you go. That's what I'm missing.
So it's not really important, but it is just a book of fairy tales. So that's what lore in this realm is. It's fairy tales. So things like it would be fairy tales about like certain islands or certain areas, or like I can only think of like British fairy, but like Hansel and Gretel, the Princess and the Pea, fairy tales from this realm. So some of them will probably have some basis of truth in them, but it's more like the sort of thing you would just read to pass the time.
Fair.
So nothing massively important, but there might be some stories in there you might come across, say like a witch in the woods, and that's where the Hansel and Gretel story came from. Similar to that. Come across a candy house, don't eat it.
Yes.
Although in Rador's case, it would have to be a house made out of bugs.
That sounds horrifying. Thank you.
It does, doesn't it? Just, you approach the house and the door is a giant cockroach. It's like...
And Radel's like, yes.
We're just looking at it like saliva dripping out of their mouth. Like, oh my god, look at the size of that cockroach. Everyone else is like, oh my god, look at the size of that cockroach.
Let's move.
Okay. So, what's the plan, really? Don't forget you have Terry or Terrence as well.
I would like to ask Tior what they were doing with the guard.
You were doing something with a guard.
You were doing something with the guard.
Well,
I think the best response here would just be an amusing flat out my job.
I well,
My profession, child, my profession.
we technically didn't need the papers, it seems, because the guard was quite distracted.
You still needed the papers. Like he
He did
just
not look
didn't.
at them. He did not look at them. The guard was distracted.
He didn't
Ah.
check them.
Okay, so he
You
didn't
still
look.
you still handed them to him.
He did not look.
He
Was distracted.
He just didn't check if they were genuine. Like he would have had a glance over them, and he would have probably seen that they were actually papers. But it's not like he thoroughly inspected them like he should have done. Like he should have checked them over to make sure that they were genuine, but he didn't because he was too distracted by Tior.
Yes.
Time for anime eyebrows. It does. Where the shadow falls, it just looks like I've got these really big.
Mm.
Can I do it as if it's shock, just like? And you can probably tell I've been drinking. So, what's you Teal, what do you respond really?
He was the guard was distracted. So he barely glanced at the papers, but knew there were papers. And technically, you all need to be gone for a few hours, and I need to get to work when he gets. So
You didn't.
I
It's Zion just instantly knows. He's like, really?
basically.
You're supposed to be getting our friends out of prison, and you're doing this. Like, okay, but you're doing this. I think Toju would be too innocent to understand any of that statement. They would just be there like, why? I don't get it. Ray would understand, but would kind of just be like, yeah, no, we don't need to explain this further. Toju, shh, cover your ears, it's fine. Shh, just. Drogath would probably just be there like, fair play. Oh, well done.
Yeah.
Good on you.
Good job.
that's the way I see this, but like from having known like a couple of sessions, that's the way I see the way this party would do. I feel like Raider would try and protect Totu. Totu would be far too to understand. Zion would just be like, again, fuck's sake. And Drogath would just be like, I don't fully understand, but at the same time, good on you. Well done. Congratulations. Like okay. So before we have the evening arrive, you still have half a day.
How much longer does Drogath have before he has to go get the paper?
He has an hour left.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of Tior's prices because I have no idea. Gee.
You can set your prices so long as they are reasonable and the interaction goes well enough. You can charge whatever you want. It's your service. Like, I'm not gonna set a list of prices because unless Zion wants to.
Why do I have to set the list of prices?
Because you're basically their pimp.
Basically.
We discussed this last session as well.
Tugs on Ray's hand.
Zion's going to turn to Raido and Totu. I have no money left because I got the papers.
Money for what?
Another room.
I just need a few hours. It won't be long. Go to the tavern, something, eat or something, be merry, go listen to music or something.
With
You
no
want
money.
to take Totu to the tavern.
Ah,
Again, slight tug hand.
Also,
You
does
discuss this
Totu-
among yourselves for a while. I have something to discuss with Totu here.
I was
okay.
okay.
Okay. Drogath, as I said, you have about an hour until your papers are ready. In the meantime, I mean, Tior, if you want to send a message to the guard captain that he could come now, you could do so.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure. Okay.
At this point, is everyone else just going to the bar to...
No, I would like to get my jaw fixed first.
Oh,
Yes.
That's yeah.
That's why I'm trying to get
Makes
attention.
drinking better.
Yeah, no, as soon as I said I have something to discuss, I was going to say I followed Totu out of the room.
We were in a room.
Yeah, we're in the inn room.
Yeah,
Oh.
you're in the inn room
Oh,
at this
okay.
point.
Yeah, I just write. First, it's fine. Second, I would still like my jaw fixed.
You need to find a healer.
Okay.
I'm sure Zion and Drogat will join you to look for a healer.
Oh,
This is happening.
thumbs up.
So we'll do the healer part first.
Please.
Again, I need more explanation here. Like, I want you as players to be telling me what exactly you're doing, and I will then tell you if you need to roll anything or what happens after that action and so forth. Because I want you guys to be more immersed in this as well.
Trying to get everyone's attention and a furious scribbling before showing everyone. We could ask the innkeeper if he knows anything.
That is a wonderful idea.
Okay.
Innkeepers are usually very well, they hear many things.
The innkeeper of this tavern is a rather buxom young lady. When I say buxom, I mean like all of you on some level would find her attractive. And she probably uses this to her advantage.
Like,
Who is talking to her?
Well, definitely not me.
Well, I gathered that.
Radel would be. Excuse me. We are looking for a healer. One that can fix broken bones.
She leans forward on the bar, and as she does so, she like squeezes her arms together, revealing more of her cleavage. She looks at you and says, "Well, you're rather unique. We do have a healer who can come to the inn. He's very talented, but does have a decent price."
We could go to him. Perhaps.
He only makes house calls.
oh wait, I'm not there.
Do you have any other options? Our room is currently occupied.
He does not need a room. He can facilitate his services anywhere. It is just that he would have to come here.
How pricey are we talking?
It depends what you need doing.
Points to jaw.
A broken jaw.
That would be about 30 silver.
Okay.
Radel relaxes. That is acceptable.
Would you like me to message him?
Yes,
Nods.
please.
She writes on a small scroll. You can't make out what she writes, but she then attaches it to the leg of a crow, which flies out the window. About 15 minutes pass, and a man enters in a cloak which appears to be made out of leaves. He walks over to the bar, looks at the barmaid, and she smiles and points at Totu. He makes his way over to you, Totu, and hello. Are you the one with the broken jaw?
Nods.
I will need the money first.
Gives money.
As soon as you hand him the money, he smacks you across your face with a wooden stick. There is a split second of blinding pain, and then instantly your jaw is fixed.
Oh,
Who handed him the silver? This is a good point.
Me, I did.
Okay. Have you so much silver? Where did you get all of this from? Congratulations, you are now fully healed.
The gold I have, it's
So you hand them a gold.
no. A goal is in confusion.
Yes, but if you have a gold, you don't technically have 30 silver.
You
I
have
can
one
hand
gold
the gold.
piece.
Oops. Pain.
You would need to get change.
Okay. Yeah.
You could ask the lady at the bar to change your gold into the equivalent amount of silver.
Yeah. No.
Which is 10,000?
Considering Totu's jaw was broken at that time, I'm going to ask an exchange.
No, I'll just
I
grab a
think I did it as 100 copper is 1 silver, 1,000 silver is 1 gold, and 10,000 is a platinum.
No, wait, hold on. What I was going to do was just get a gold piece from my pocket, go up to the lady, and just like wave it in front of her.
It's
She
too late,
has
I've already
no
exchanged
clue what you're
money.
doing if you do that. She literally just
I've
looks at you and smiles and nods.
I've
Like,
already
yes.
exchanged the money. It's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you now have the equivalent of 1 gold in silver.
Cool.
Minus 30 for healing his jaw. What would you like to do?
How much is longer on Drogath's timer?
About 20 minutes.
Okay.
Not a lot of time has passed while you've been at the inn. So, yeah, he's still got about 20 minutes until he can go and collect his papers. You could sit at the bar and listen to the bard who is currently playing. And I actually have the song that the bard is playing because I think this is a great song. It's not an actual song, but I love it.
I think Radel's going to go shopping.
I would follow then.
I'm
Rachel
going
doesn't want you to follow Totu.
Okay, I won't then.
to wait a bit and then get my.
Can I join you, Rachel? I can carry your stuff.
I don't think. I don't.
So is anyone staying in the bar?
Well, if
For a
Riddle
couple minutes.
Well, if Riddle doesn't want me to go shopping with them, I guess I stay with the rest of the party. And if Drogat is, then sure.
So while you are in the bar, you do hear the bard. He plays a song that sounds familiar to all of you, but somehow different. You will see in a moment. Because this is amazing. So hang on. But everyone in the bar seems to be quite merry. They're all enjoying this song. Some of them are really getting into it. There's a couple of people you can see their heads like going with the music. So hang on. There is also a band playing with the bard. So this is what you hear.
I don't hear anything.
I don't either.
Nope.
Hang on. 1 second. I can't. How do I? I can't use thingy anymore, can I? It's not here anymore.
If you go to activities, I think you can just play YouTube directly.
Where's that?
The
Start
rocket.
activity. YouTube. This is gonna be amazing. Okay. So how do I do this? Got it. No. Can everyone hear it?
Yes.
Yes.
Enjoy.
What?
That is what you all hear.
All right.
Sorry, I just think that's amazing. I've seen that so many times, and every time I watch it, I'm just like, it is brilliant. I love it. I've also said that's the version I am teaching to my daughter. Is that's going to be the version of the Muffin Man she learns? Just because it seems like a good option. Not sure if everyone else agrees, but that's the way I see it. How do I end the activity? I thought I'd ended it, but apparently it's still going.
I'm not sure.
It's just showing me watch together. It's like, okay. Either way, yeah, that's That's what you hear. You hear that version of the Muffin Man being played by a bard, and all of you just instantly get stuck in your head. So, when you are on adventures now, I will need an intelligence check from everyone to see if you just randomly burst out singing this song.
Lovely.
Did we lose someone? Oh, we got them back.
Very.
But yes, so at random times, your party may just start singing The Muffin Man in that style. For those of you who would like to know, it is actually Cher's Believe is the tune it is based from. However, you will be replacing all of the words with Do you know the Muffin Man? Yes. At this point, Drogath, you've actually been sat unaware listening to the Muffin Man for about 20 minutes, so your papers are ready. Tior. The captain arrives and he sees you at the bar. He approaches and... What drink would you like?
Something a little, I'm a metal like strong. So, something strong.
They have absinthe.
That is a good choice.
He motions to the barmaid, who comes over, but she seems more reserved with the captain than when everyone else. And he just points at the bottle of absinthe and goes, I'll take the bottle. Very wealthy captain. He puts down 5 gold pieces to pay for the bottle. Which to the rest of you seems like a small fortune. He begins drinking with you, Gior.
Okay.
And he just... So, I'm assuming you have a room.
Wait, what?
He asked if you had a room, and Otu, I am going to need an intelligence check from you to see whether you just start singing the Muffin Man.
Lovely. What is it a save or just a check?
It's a save.
Okay, apparently it doesn't matter. Alright. Nice spot. That's
What did you roll?
16.
You hum it. You don't sing it, but you hum it.
Okay.
This is one of those tunes that really gets in your head. Like, you are now sat there. Like, the band has stopped playing for a moment. They are taking a break, and you, Totu, you're just sat there like humming. You know, do you know the Muffin Man? Who lives on Drury Lane? Oh. And the party are kind of looking at you. I need Drogath, Zion, and Radel at this point to
Radel isn't
make.
here.
I'm out shopping.
Oh, you're out shopping. Drogath and Zion. I will need a intelligence save as well to see if you either question what Toto is doing or if you kind of also get into the groove. Like, this song is basically like, imagine like a #1 bestseller. That's what this song is in this realm. Please shout out what your roles were.
10.
10. Drogath, you are singing.
Are
Like,
you?
you are sat there just like, oh yeah,
Oh,
this
God.
this song is amazing.
Is that actually a 10? Because it doesn't say you rolled a d20.
I rolled a physical die.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense.
Reynold, no, you're not here. Zion?
21.
Oh, you're fine. You are just kind of looking at them like, seriously. Like, there's a part of you that's like, it's catchy, but, you know, you've not fully given into the Muffin Man yet. Drogath, on the other hand, is loving it. He's like about ready to remix and drop a new version. Not that that's part of what he does, but he's just that into this song at the moment. Toto is just humming it at the bar. Other patrons of the bar are also kind of like coming and joining in as well. The only way I can explain this is basically, you know, have all of you seen Star Wars?
Yes.
Yes.
Well,
Do all of you know what I'm referring to when I see the Mos Eisley Cantina song?
yes.
So you're all aware that obviously it is played basically on repeat the entire time they're in the canteen.
Uh-huh.
That's what's going on with this. Like,
They're only playing one song.
yeah, and the best thing is, at certain points, the bar will go, "What do you want to hear?" And he won't wait for a response, and he'll go, "The Muffin Man!" And we'll just again start playing it and just go through the whole thing. Like, proper
Okay.
grooving and yeah. Radel, what are you looking for?
I have a list of things that I would like one of, but
Yeah.
I think to start with, a magical object that allows you to either play or record music.
There is a non-magical object that allows you to do that.
Or that.
I can't. What's it called? I'm pretty sure it was It was used or invented by Alexander Graham Bell. Same guy who invented the telephone.
Gramophone?
No, it's similar, but it's not. So it's actually a wax cylinder that has divots in it. So they can be produced, and then when it is played, it strikes certain like metal strips that create the music.
So like a music box.
Yeah, there's an actual name for it, and I can't remember what it's called. Bear with me a second. Alexander Graham Bell inventions. It's a graphophone. So you were close, but it is a graphophone, which is a different. It's a version of the phonograph. So you would have the phonograph.
What? So am I looking at the graphophone or the phonograph?
Phonograph, but they're basically, the way I'm looking at it is they're very, very similar. I think the only difference is the material that was used. So the ones that you've got are wax cylinders, so that they can be like remade and recorded, and however, you know, you just have to make the dots in the right place. but that would be the version that you would have because you would not have access to like metals and things like that. So it would be a very basic version. It is portable. However, only the wax cylinder is portable. The actual thing itself, unless you've got a smaller version of the horn, the actual device itself, the horn would be too big. Like the speaker would be too big. If you look at, so like the way I would view it is it looks like the graphophone, but yours is the phonograph. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I would be looking for something portable.
In this world, that's the best you're gonna get. You can get a portable version of it, but you would need to assemble it. It's not like you could just press a button and it would play.
Well, yes, that's fine.
But that's the best you're gonna get. There's not like a magical item that can record and play that sound. And the only thing that this item can be used for is recording and playing back music.
Yeah, that's fine. It's exactly what I'm looking for. How much is it?
A portable version,
Yes.
2 gold. A non-portable version, depending on how many notes you wanted it to play and so forth, could range between, say, like 100 silver to like 70, 80 gold easily. Just depends on the quality that you want it to be. The portable versions don't have great sound quality and they don't have a lot of range of notes, but they work.
Yeah, no, I'll still go for the portable version. So
Okay.
I'll hand over 2 gold to the shopkeeper.
Congratulations, you now have a phonograph.
Yay. And I can only hope to God that Zion has taken Totu out of the inn like I was hoping they would.
It doesn't matter if they don't, because at the moment they are jamming out to the Muffin Man.
Okay.
They have no clue what Tiora is doing at the bar. Right now, the only thing they are concerned with is, do you know the Muffin Man? That, you know, like, as I said, Drogath is really into it. He's there like, yeah!
Zion attempted to Toto turn them down. Zion left.
Zion is probably just there like,
I would like you to keep an eye on the little candle. Decides to leave the little candle in favor of getting away from the annoying music.
like this is, you don't find it annoying. This is actually a very good song. Like, even with your intelligence check, the intelligence check is just making like you're not singing.
No, this isn't Radel speaking. This is me as a player speaking.
No, I'm aware, but I'm explaining that it's like the intelligence check isn't to see if you find the song catchy. It's to see if you stop yourself from singing it. It is what is referred to as an earworm, meaning that it's just stuck in your heads constantly. The intelligence check is to stop you from, you know.
Yeah, no, that's all I meant by annoying. Because I personally find earworms annoying, no matter how good of a song they are.
But with this, it's not annoying. Like that's what I'm trying to convey. It's not one of those songs that you're like, oh my god, it's this song. It's one of those songs that you're like, oh my god, it's this song. The intelligence check is just to stop you from singing along.
As a player, I very much disagree with you.
In what aspect?
That it's a good song. And that's like, oh, I like this song.
am not specifying that it actually is a good song. I mean, I find it amusing, but in campaign, this is an amazing song. Like, I don't know any of you really. I know you kind of well, but I don't know any of your music tastes. So I'm not gonna use what your actual music tastes are. But in campaign, this is a very good, catchy song. Out of campaign doesn't bother me. Like, you guys are entitled to think what you want to think. Like, I'm not here to make that judgment for you as a person, but as a DM and your characters being in my world, this song is, as I said, it's like the number one in the charts. Like, it is an amazing song. It's completely pointless. Like, you all know that this song has no actual meaning to it. It's just someone getting very wealthy off what is a catchy tune in these times. But other than that, it's like one of those songs. As I said, it's like when you hear, like, obviously when you hear a song that you really like, and then it gets stuck in your head, and then when it comes on the radio, you find yourself just like, yeah, like proper groove into it, whatever. That's basically how this song is. But obviously, as a person, the only reason I think that song is funny is because, one, it's Adam Lambert who's singing it, which is impressive considering he's singing Cher and he actually hits some of the notes pretty well. And two, it's the Muffin Man. Like,
you know the Muffin Man?
Just, yeah, like when you think of that, everyone's just like, oh, it's, do you know the Muffin Man? The Muffin Man? The Muffin Man? The Muffin Man? Or everyone thinks of Shrek. The Muffin Man? The Muffin Man? If you haven't, if you haven't seen that specific scene, you need to watch it because it's hysterical. It's a gingerbread man telling them about the Muffin Man. The Muffin Man? Not the Muffin Man.
The Muffin Man?
I'm drooling! But the other reason I find it funny is because it's just... the song itself, Cher, Believe, I think is a great song. I love that song because it is, to me, catchy. And the fact that he managed to do it so well as the Muffin Man without a moment's hesitation. They just went... It was on the TV show and they were like, oh, here's a random artist and a random song that you have to do. And Adam Lambert was like, yeah, cool, yeah. And it was like, it's Cher. And he was like, oh, yeah, I could do a good Cher. And then it was like, it's the Muffin Man. And he was like, yeah. And just instantly started doing it like that. And it was like, fair play to you. And then he got stuck in my head. And then I was like, oh, now that's the only version of the Muffin Man that I will accept. Because it's just, I don't. It's just one of those things that it's like you don't expect it, and that's why I think it's great. But yeah, like you as a player, you don't have to like that song at all. As a character, it's catchy.
I do have to like it.
Yeah, like it. There may be other things that are going into this that you are not aware of. But essentially everyone in this bar, probably everyone in this town, this is like the most amazing. Yeah. Like they do have a couple of others. Another one they have is actually by a band called Wax Fang, and I can't really play that version because it's actually copyrighted. And if I played the song, I'd have to pay royalties. And I don't even know if I would be able to do that. But it's called Majestic. It's a very good song. The lyrics are very weird. The lyrics to it are, a sight for sore eyes to the blind would be awful majestic. It would be the most beautiful thing they ever did see. If I forget to set the alarm and wake up before dawn, don't remind me. Hang on, I'm going to find the lyrics because This is the one that follows that you would all hear. Let's find majestic lyrics. So, a sight for sore eyes to the blind would be awful majestic. It would be the most beautiful thing they ever had seen. It would cause such surprise, it would make all of their minds electric. How could anyone tell them that some things are not what they seem? In such disbelief, I thought I was asleep when I met you. My heart liquefied and I sighed, oh, this must be a dream. If I forget to set the alarm and sleep on through the dawn, don't remind me. I'd rather be dreaming of someone than living alone. If you're searching the lines for a point, well, you've probably missed it. There was never anything there in the first place. Which is another song I like, and that was actually I was introduced to that through a TV show called American Dad. There is a scene where they summon the Majestic, and that song is used to do so. It's a very good song. Also, one of those ones that gets stuck in your head, and then you just find yourself one day randomly singing the lyrics. You're like, what the fuck's that? Where did I hear that? But those are the only two songs they play. They play Majestic and Muffin Man. But moreover, they tend to just play the Muffin Man. Radel, I don't know if you're looking for anything else. At this point, Zion, Totu, and Drogath, you can leave the bar if you wish. And
Okay.
Tior, I need a price, and I need how you're going to approach this.
Wait, you need what?
A price.
A price?
And how you're going to approach this.
Oh, wait. I don't know.
Like, what are you saying to the captain? Because the captain, again, still thinks he's just getting lucky. He does not know that he's about to be charged for this, basically. He's just there like, oh yeah, I've met this really attractive person, they seem into me, they've said I can come back to the inn where they're staying, you know, and you're essentially just going to kind of blow most of that away by going, by the way, it's going to cost you this much to spend some time with me.
Oh, jeez, I don't know.
Well, you have a couple of minutes to think about this, while everyone else tells me what they're doing at this stage.
I'm gonna get my papers.
It's a good idea.
I think Radel would be heading back to the inn, but taking the long way around to go and explore the town, much like Drogath did yesterday.
Hey, there's not really a lot here. You kind of have a look around. There's a few things that are like just houses, a couple of shops. Nothing that really like screams out to you. You know, this is somewhere that you need to go and investigate. But enough that you now would, if you were in a hurry, you would know which sort of directions to head. You do, as you're getting back to the bar, you do hear the Muffin Man being played. Is anyone else still in the bar? Because if so, I'm going to need another intelligence save.
No. Well, Cure is, but I went with Zion
And where did Zion go?
on a walk
Okay.
aimlessly.
Well, okay. When the guards showed up, Zion tried to pull Totu away from the bar and out of the inn completely. Because even though we've kind of jokingly dubbed Zion Tior's pimp, Mosaic and I actually realized that Zion would fall first and Tior would fall harder. Tior hasn't fallen yet. if that makes sense. So, Zion doesn't like that Tior sleeps around, but he doesn't speak up.
No, I'm aware of that, which is why I've jokingly dubbed that you are like a reluctant pimp.
Yeah.
But
So
yeah,
he is visibly upset when Totu comes to catch up.
does Zion fancy Tior?
He is in love with Tior. Tior has not fallen yet.
Oh. So you're more than visibly upset at this point. You are like, I mean, if you are in love with Tior, and Tior is sleeping around with other people, there'd be a streak of jealousy in there, and visible like heartbreak whenever this happens. Just because that's, you know, if I was to imagine my partner with someone else, that's how I would be.
Yeah.
So I think that's the way you would look. So Totu would very much see this. They may not put two and two together. They might just think that you just really dislike the fact that Tior sleeps around. I don't even know if Totu would actually put together the fact that Tior is sleeping with people for money, or whether they would just think that Tior just enjoys company of anyone who is willing.
No, I just Toad probably just saw Cure and thought, hey, he made a new friend.
And I have no clue what Drogath would think in this situation. Probably just as I said, like, well done.
Huh.
Good on you.
Get the bread. Anyway.
But whether Drogath would know that Tior is doing it for money as well is a different, because I think Zion would know that Tior is doing it for money. I don't know if any of the party would.
I think Tior's mentioned it once or twice.
Yeah.
Yeah, but not in a like direct. So some of you might not have picked up on it.
Probably Drogath not.
So Totu probably wouldn't. I just imagine Totu seems quite an innocent character.
Yes, that is indeed correct.
Drogath is smart enough to get that, but I don't know if he'd have picked up on the subtlety of how it was done. And Zion is just visibly heartbroken, bless him.
Okay, well, considering that, Toto will just go up and like, hey, what's wrong?
I don't think Ray would want me to explain.
Zion, can you... Oh, what's this one? Can you roll me a performance check, please?
Okay. No, I can't.
Why? What did you roll?
It's a nat one.
Oh no!
You don't even manage to finish that sentence before you start crying.
No.
Like you've seen this happen enough that sometimes you can keep your composure, but at the same time, every time this happens, this is like a stab to the heart. Because you're kind of there, like, why won't they notice me? I'm right here. And Tior may notice you, but unfortunately, you're not bad enough.
Well, you're not.
It's about the only way I can like explain that is I don't think Zion is the right alignment. So I don't think you're bad enough for Tior to be like, maybe as time goes on, that might change slightly. Not that you would change alignment, but they might slowly develop these feelings for you more.
Yeah.
But at this moment in time, they're probably aware that they might have some feelings, but you're not their type, so to
Oh.
speak. So
Oh.
each time this happens, this is like a knife in the chest for you, of like, but I'm right here. I am, I'm perfect for you. Why won't you notice me? And Tior's just a bit like, I mean, yeah, but sorry, no.
Hmm.
So yeah, you don't finish that sentence before you just kind of burst into tears. And this is the point where Radel actually meets up with all of you because they're
Oh.
returning to the inn. So Radel has just arrived and Zion is in tears, which is
And
very shocking considering they are a big Leonin, who is just crying. And Toto is just there like, what did I say?
No, Toto after a slight panic will just give a tight hug.
No.
And Drogath, I still don't know what you're doing.
I'm getting my papers.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't think anybody's actually in the inn anymore except for
Teal.
Zion.
Tior.
your.
I keep messing those up. Shut up.
Yeah. So, Drogath, you go to the forger. He is not at home, but your papers are there. He does have a box, and there is a label which simply just says, "Please deposit gold." I don't know. I can't remember if you had prepaid for these.
I have not.
You have two options.
Yes. Well, 3 options.
What's the third one?
Put in money. Don't put money. Take the box.
Yeah, I didn't think of that, but yeah.
I'll just put in the money.
Okay.
Good
Heck, fuck with
choice.
that. I was like, oh my god. In the back of my head, I was like, how do I do this if he just steals the box? Okay.
And I'll take the paper. Well,
Obviously, like,
Yeah.
unless you're feeling extremely generous and you just want to put the gold in and leave your papers.
I'll put in a
Okay.
cup of a chair.
Congratulations, you have all got your papers. You may now add them to your inventory if you have not already done so. Why are people letting off fireworks?
Because it's always a good time
It's
for fireworks, even if it's
Almost New Year.
It's always a good time for fireworks, even if it's 2 a.m.
Hang on, Drogath, what New Year?
It's a new month. It's time to celebrate. Woohoo!
The
Well,
only
it was
thing I
kind
can
of
think is that they are just very, very early for the 4th of July.
Or in Canada, it's their
Either that, or there are two people just shooting at each other. No, that was a firework. That's not a gunshot. That's a firework.
It was kind of a joke because you almost couldn't be further from New Year than like today. Yesterday was the furthest.
Yeah. But yeah, like, they are either extremely early for New Year or late. Or they're just
50-50.
early for the 4th of July.
Yeah. 4th of July is probably more logical.
also it's
But
Canada
we're
Day.
in. Again, we're in Britain.
You are.
4th of July doesn't mean anything to us. Well, it does. Kinda. Not in the way it does for America. America's like, Independence Day, yeah! Britain's like, oh, we gave you your land.
Also celebrating, you got rid of like those people.
We're not celebrating that fact.
Okay.
Like, we
You
do not
should be.
we do not celebrate that because we
That would be very terrible.
don't we don't see it in that aspect. We kind of see it as like a, you know, they wanted to be independent, so yeah, we gave them their independence. Don't mention the whole fact that they had to fight for it and everything. We gave them their independence. And then we also look at it as like and they screwed everything up. But that's not that's a joking view, by the way. I just have to point that out. That is not how we just don't really celebrate it because it's not really a holiday for us.
No.
Neither is Canada Day. Again, we're in Britain, not Canada.
Maybe they're Americans.
They might be. They could be. Still a bit weird to be setting fireworks off, though.
They're Americans.
Yep, still too early. By 3 days.
Some people
2 technically.
early.
2 days technically.
Nope, it is the 1st of July still.
Oh yeah, right. The different time zone.
Yep. We have about an hour until it is 2 days. So still too early.
Yeah.
It's just always one of those things. Whenever I hear people setting fireworks off on random days, I'm like, why?
Birthday?
Like, what? I don't know. Fireworks aren't really a birthday thing.
Depends on the birthday.
It depends on the person.
We're British.
Some people
Fireworks
just
aren't really a birthday thing.
Some people just want an excuse to set a fireworks.
The more likely thing is someone is just really bored and found some fireworks and was like, yeah, let's set them off.
Why?
Yeah.
Because.
Yeah, basically.
Because boom.
Because pretty lights in the sky. That would probably be the most. Why are you saying fireworks off
Hopefully in the
on
sky.
the 1st of July? Because it was fun.
Hopefully in the sky. If it
Big
goes wrong.
pretty boom. We did have an issue a few years back where people were putting fireworks through people's letterboxes.
What?
Yeah, it was a huge thing.
That sounds legal.
Oh, completely.
Like the same way you're not allowed to put a bomb in someone's letterbox.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if there is specifically a law for that in Britain. I just think generally bombs is a no-go. Like, I don't think there is a specific law that says you cannot put a bomb through someone's letterbox. I think you just get arrested for domestic terrorism.
It's not specific. It probably won't be terrorism because it is not specifically political. It would just be
Terrorism doesn't have to be political. A terrorist threat can be classified as something that is
terrorism is, I think, with the intention of having like widespread influence. Blowing up someone's home is
depends whose home you're blowing up.
True if it's like someone in politics or someone important.
But no, there was just an issue where people were like just being stupid and thought it was funny to put fireworks through letterboxes.
Lit fireworks, I assume.
Yeah, lit fireworks. Yeah, they were just literally putting them through people's letterboxes. Like lighting a firework, putting it through the letterbox. Yeah, it was a big thing And then there was an even bigger thing about obviously fireworks being restricted to certain times of year. So, like, generally in the UK, you can only buy fireworks around Guy Fawkes Day. Most of the other times of year, they don't really sell them. And for certain fireworks, you actually have to have a license to be able to buy them. Because people were being stupid and putting them through letterboxes. And other people were being stupid and turning them on their side and using them as basically semi-automatic missiles.
Oof.
Yeah. And then we wonder why, you know, people think we're a bit stupid. But yes, Drogath, you have your papers. Radel, you have just walked in on, well, not walked in on, but walked up to Zion, who is sobbing their eyes out, bless them. And Totu, who is squeezing Zion. Due to their height, I'm assuming they can only really hug their leg.
I thought. Okay.
The thing I imagine is like Zion in relative terms is like my height, and Totu is like the height of my daughter. And when she comes up to hug me, she only comes up to like my waist. So when she hugs me, she just hugs my leg. And that's kind of what I imagine is going on here. Due to your height disparity, you are with all intentions hugging Zion. However, effectively, you are just hugging their leg.
What a thing to post in chat.
What was posted?
Prostitute.
Am I modest? Am I comfortable? I'm no longer wealthy.
Tior, you can. I stated this previously. You can set any price you want. Like, it is your service. There would probably be others who do this in this world. But again, they would set their own prices. You wouldn't have a price list. I mean, you would, but there's not like a general price list. I think the best way to say that you would probably approach this is to try and figure out how wealthy the person is. And then from there, decide how much you would want to try and get from that person and whether you think you would be able to get that amount. Because there's no point turning around to someone who's only got like 20 gold and telling them that your price is 100 gold because they're just not physically going to afford it. In the same aspect, you're not going to approach someone who's got like 50,000 platinum and say to them, oh, my services are 2 gold, because you could get more for it. But it depends on how you approach it, and it depends on how you say it as to whether they would actually take you up on that. Which is why I'm saying you need to figure out how you're approaching this.
I am a little upset at Jaya for this. I will have to think on it.
Well, that's why I posted the link.
I know, but how experienced Dior? He has been doing this for a long time.
Then he's
I would assume.
He's experienced.
Okay.
Especially as you have a specific like alignment that you go for. Like if you weren't particularly experienced, you would basically just be like anyone and everyone because it's money. Whereas because you have like a preference, a preferred clientele, you would probably be a little more experienced, which is why you can go after specific clientele. Like, the way I imagine it is, like, imagine you're a professor. You know, you're a professor who is kind of like a leading professor, not literally, but like a leading professor in their field. And so you can set your price and you can set your terms. Much like if a professor was at a university and they offered them tenure, they can set their terms for that. Whereas if you're a teacher, just someone who's a new teacher, they've not got any history, any experience, or anything else, chances are you're just going to accept whatever job comes your way. Same concept, just a bit more raunchy.
Okay.
Or risque, as they say.
Okay. Crap.
So again, you can set whatever price you want. You would just have to go off the information you have. So you know he is a captain, and he has just put down 5 gold and bought a whole bottle of absinthe. So take from that what you will.
He has money.
And decide how you want to approach this. If you need a couple of extra minutes, that is fine, because we can find out what's going on with Zion, Bradel, and Totu. And
you can find out what's going on with them. I need to think of how.
Drogath, I am assuming. Actually, what are you doing now? You've got your papers.
What? I was a bit sorry.
What are you doing now? You have your papers. Like you've collected your papers. You've paid your gold. What are you? Are you going back to meet your party? Are you going off to do something else? We have also broken another very important rule again.
I'm gonna go look for the rest of the party.
Okay,
not at the tavern, because
you also come across the same scene that Radel has walked upon, which is Zion crying in an alleyway near the tavern, with Totu just kind of like hugging and squeezing their leg. Neither you nor Radel is entirely sure what has happened, but you would assume it's something fairly substantial for Zion to be crying. You are also both taken a bit aback by the fact that this big, strong Leonin that you have seen so far is now reduced to tears.
Radel is going to approach and ask, "Do you need me to set someone on fire?"
Zion, can you make me a performance check to see if you can like pull yourself together?
I have good news. We have a desk.
Yay.
Of course, you built the desk.
They did say if they were in the other side of the house, they would probably be building furniture, which I still find hysterical, because it seems every time we do a session, you get more furniture, and I am definitely at this point assuming that Zion is just buying furniture and leaving it in the other side of the house so that you build it. And I just imagine like a conversation every now and again, like, when did we get a new desk? Oh, it's fine, we needed a new one, don't worry about it. I'll put it together in a couple of weeks. And then it gets to D&D, and Zion's like, so you're going to the other side of the house? Teal's like, yeah, I suppose it'd be better. They get there and they're like, oh my god, there's a desk, I need to build it. And Zion's just sat in their room like, excellent. I don't think that is actually what happens, but that's just what I imagine.
It's a 5 to pull himself together.
You do not pull yourself together. You get a little bit more composure, but you're still crying.
Whatever it is, you'll be fine.
He.
I think everyone's a guy in this party.
Yeah. Yes. There are no she's.
Yes.
No she.
No,
I thought
she's
Drogath did say he.
I heard she from Drogath.
Oh, okay. I thought they said whatever it is, he'll pull himself together.
No, whatever
Or
it
he'll
is,
get over
you'll get over it.
Okay.
I didn't say he or she.
Well, we all misheard.
Okay then.
But either way, that is Drogath's response. Totu, are you still hugging his leg?
Not. No.
Okay. Radel,
But I'm still like near me.
Rhaedel's kind of awkwardly standing there.
Zion is gonna kind of try and like fail. He's still crying, but he's not. He's standing a little straighter now.
yeah, it's still got some tears, but not as bad as it was.
And just guard showed up.
Do you want to tell me what's wrong?
To answer Raidel's question, he says the guard showed up.
The best thing is, though, that none of the party know that Zion is in love with Tior.
Nope.
So when Zion says this, how does everyone react? Do people put it together, or do they just assume that Zion is so offended by Tior's actions?
No, Rhaedel's confused.
Drogath also confused.
I think he'd.
Is there a problem with your making a new friend?
Oh, Totu, you're so innocent.
Yes, I am.
That's all I imagine Zion is like. Zion, after Totu has said this, please roll me another performance check, because I think this would kind of make you. It would change your focus for a short while, because I think there's a part of everyone in the party that would just be like, "Oh, that's so innocent."
Yeah, a new.
Is there a problem with it making new friends? And everyone's like, "Oh, you are so wrong."
New friends.
Nat 20.
Friends.
Oh,
Nat 20.
you pull yourself together at this point, and because of the innocence of Totu, there is just this part of you that is instantly like, "Oh, you're so innocent," like, "Oh," which allows you to compose yourself and stop crying. So, I think Radel was going to ask a question, or did ask a question.
No, I was just going to comment that I think Rhaedel's mostly assuming that, oh, this guard must have done something or is about to do something physically harmful.
Radel's going to bust in thinking that Teal's about to be killed, and it's not going to be the scene that they think they're expecting. Imagine bursting the door. Don't kill me! Oh.
No, not that kind of hurting. Not that kind of hurting.
Oh. You need to phrase that better, because that's when someone, like, that's what I imagine. Is Radel's just sat there like he's going to beat him up, or he's going to harm him, and then just bursting the door like, "Don't help me!" Oh.
No,
Yeah, guys, don't go in there. Don't go in there.
no, Radel. I think Radel would know what Tior is doing, but so they wouldn't walk in, but they'd think there's a lot of physical stuff.
You are technically not wrong.
Okay, but you know what I mean.
I know what you mean. You're leaning more towards the like BDSM side of things.
Yes,
Um,
exactly.
I don't know. Not really something I want to go into depth with Tior.
No, let's not.
Love it as a character. Do not need the description. Then I genuinely would need to put an 18+ rating on this.
Basically.
So this is suddenly no longer a podcast.
You can also not post it on most websites, probably.
If we were to
Depending
go
on how
definitely not. I mean, Spotify would allow it.
Depending on how in depth you go,
YouTube, I would get like if I was monetized, I would get demonetized instantly.
it wouldn't get. It would probably get a strike and removed from the platform, depending on how in depth you go.
Definitely. I'm gonna have to put a warning before some of these sessions.
Probably.
More than likely.
Possible intimate descriptions of.
No, because we're not going to ever go into the intimate descriptions. That's just never going to happen. Mainly because I would feel far too awkward trying to roleplay that. I would just be sat here like constantly. Just like, is it hot in this shed or is it just me? Like panicking at everything I say, just like, oh my god. Also, I just think that would be extremely uncomfortable for everyone in the session. Because I think everyone would just be sat there like, okay, what do we do?
We change from RP to ERP.
Yeah, exactly. I think that would be the point when everyone's just sat there like, so I'm just going to mute myself and deafen myself. Just at me when this is over. It just
or just make
happen.
a different voice chat for this thing.
No, the most it will get to is them basically providing a price and then going to the bedroom, and that is where it would cut off. Yeah, basically. And then we would skip forward the amount of time. The deed is done.
20 seconds.
Could you imagine? It's like, it'll cost you 500 gold. 30 seconds later, best 500 gold I spent.
New records.
We just,
Speed run.
Oh my god.
What's Zion doing?
Yeah, what are other people doing at this point? We need to change the track of this conversation. And we've still got to come back to setting the price.
I'm still trying to think of it.
Would you guys like to see the library? He's just going away. He's gone. He's not going
Anywhere else.
Rachel glances back at the inn before following with Totu. I assume Totu's coming too.
Yeah.
Drogav?
Wait, they're going to the inn?
The
No,
library.
they're going to the library. No one's going to the inn at the moment. Everyone's just avoiding
Then
it.
I'm following.
Okay.
I was not gonna go to the inn.
It's
Okay.
a really bad day when the orc goes to the library.
I was going to say, you know there's something going on when the orc's like, yes, let's go somewhere with books. Like, you could go anywhere else, and the orc is like, books. Let's just go to books. Books is fine. It's like, okay. Okay, you can go to the library. Are you going to be looking up anything in particular?
Not really interested.
Drogat's just there for the sake of being there. I mean, there are books on combat and the blood, like lands and stuff. It's a pretty big library.
Radel, remembering something Zion had mentioned in passing, is going to search for books on Chiropterus anatomy.
Okay.
Basically, my species.
Yep, I knew that. I was just trying to figure out if there would be anything other than what was already found.
Toto would just fall away. Zion did just stop crying.
Burst into tears.
Yeah.
Yeah, Zion just burst into tears and then, like, a couple of minutes later, composed themselves.
Yeah, no, I think Toto would stick by Zion.
Zion?
Anything on necromancy?
Okay, whoever is looking for anything, roll me a investigation check.
If I see anything remotely interesting, I might read it.
What would you class as remotely interesting? Like, this is a big library.
Probably would be combat related or indeed the plot lines related, but I wouldn't be looking for it.
There are entire sections on both.
Like, I wouldn't specifically go to the location. I would just, if I see them, and then might be interesting.
So would you follow,
Yes,
like,
I would.
Adel or Zion? I still don't know what
I
Zion
would follow
is.
Zion,
okay.
And if I just see anything interesting, I will.
I mean, if you're not really looking, you're not gonna notice
No.
anything interesting. You're just gonna books.
Books.
Yeah, you would have
Yeah.
to get closer and look at the titles of the books because they're all on like shelves. You can only see the title on the spine. So unless you were going through trying to find something specifically on either of those subjects, they just look like books.
Yeah.
Like there's not going to be any that jump out at you and go, "Oh, I'm going to read that one." They're just books. Like you might come across one randomly that says like advanced combat theory or lore of the bloodland and stuff like that, but nothing if you're not looking for it.
So is Drogath with
you?
Okay.
While this is happening, Tior, we need to get this done and out of the way.
Okay.
Name your prize.
If he even succeeds, how long would that take? Because if he charges like 8 gold an hour, I don't know. I don't know.
I'm not really going in depth into this.
Just do an overall price.
Yeah,
Okay.
and just kind of like how I don't know, have like an average time that your liaisons would take. Again, I don't really want to go into detail with this, but I suppose it depends what you're doing. Like, if it's just a quick job, it's probably going to be slightly less, but if you're going all out to try and get a really good amount of money for what you're doing, you're probably going to take a bit longer. Because at the end of the day, you still want to provide a worthwhile experience, because then you're more likely to have them return.
Okay.
And your business, as much as it is very, whenever, wherever type thing, you would still kind of rely on a base of clientele that you would want to keep as regulars, because they're going to be the ones that are like your standard income. You know, you might come across someone who's extremely rich and you can spend a night with them and charge like 2 platinum or something. But you're
Okay.
gonna have regulars that are gonna have like a set price for specific things.
Okay. Okay.
So
Yes, with just a new person, like art is new, it would be maybe 30 gold or something for. I don't know. So
yeah, we'll go with that. We'll go with that price. So 13 gold. You have to approach the subject with the guard. He is now slightly intoxicated, so you do have advantage on your charisma rolls.
okay.
But
no,
you still need to approach the subject.
Okay. And he just bought a bottle of that.
He bought a bottle of absinthe for 5 gold. Yeah.
Okay.
You have both been drinking, however, due to your profession, you probably have a higher tolerance for alcohol because most of these encounters probably start by buying drinks so that you can become more relaxed. I don't know. I'm not a pimp.
Okay.
Not really something I've put a lot of thought into.
Yeah. Oh, why do I have no one here doing this?
I don't know. I'm not the one who designed your character.
Oh, I want.
Honestly, the most shocking out of all of the professions in D&D. I don't know. It's still one of those things that I look at and I go, it's a great choice. It is honestly an amazing choice because it can make you a lot of money very quickly. At the same time, it's not a profession that you think of. Like, someone would go, oh, what's your profession? What did you do beforehand? I was a blacksmith. Oh, I used to be a gardener. I was a druid. I used to be a healer. I was, someone of the church. And you're just there like, I'm a prostitute. And at that point, everyone in the party is just like, okay, yeah, it's a perfectly acceptable profession. But it's still one of those really awkward professions that everyone's just kind of like, we know it happens, but it doesn't happen.
Oh, okay. Oh, might as well get it done. Okay. Okay, so we are drinking at the bar. Oh, how am I going? I know.
Remember the fact that this guard believes that he is just getting lucky. So you are probably both aware that something is going to happen. You just need to make him aware that he has to pay for that thing to happen.
Okay.
And then hope that he is okay with that.
Okay. I know that you can do that. You were getting a lucky. And I commend you for that. Everyone looks at me and thinks. But I am sorry. I technically charged for my service.
Oh, how much?
Well, for someone as strapping as you, I would say maybe 13 gold per
Roll me a
hour.
charisma check.
Okay. Well,
Remember, you have advantage.
Yes, because he is at this point drunk.
Mm.
So unless you are very, very blunt about this, most of it is going to be taken fairly well because he's already drunk.
What is my charisma? Hold on, let me check. Charisma 3. Dirty 20.
Oh, he seems fine with this.
Okay.
He sort of like nods, and says, I, I'm not really used to doing this. Do I pay before or after?
Well, if you were to pay after, I'd have to charge you a little bit more. Depends on what exactly. Oh, we have to talk to
I mean, I would just wish to have some
time.
company,
Ah, okay.
if
Well,
you
then,
get what I mean.
yes, I do. It's fine. Then I am all yours, as long as you give the money.
He sort of fumbles a bit as he reaches into his coin pouch and he hands you 13 gold. He then gestures for you to go to your room.
Okay.
Everyone else is in the library.
Yep.
So, Radel, the only information you find is the information that was here before. There is no other information on your race at all.
Yeah, no. I was going to cross-reference things in the books with my own knowledge and like compose like a list of facts and stuff to give to Zion.
There's not really a massive list of facts.
No, well, no.
And everything that is in this book is, as far as you know, correct.
Yeah, so basically I'd just be using my notebook and the books and what I know to just write down anatomy.
Basically,
would
what's missing.
roll me a intelligence and history check, for your own knowledge. Drogath, you're just walking through shelves of books, not really bothered, just kind of like, so we're here, okay. Zion, what were you looking for?
Any necromancy books. He's gonna be studying to avoid thinking about what's going on back at the inn.
There's a lot of necromancy books.
Yeah, he's just,
However,
yeah.
they are in a restricted section of the library that you are not allowed to enter. There is a big sign above this area that just says Dark Arts.
Okay.
And it is locked.
Okay.
Do you wish to investigate any further or do anything else?
He'll just pick a random book and then study that then.
Congratulations, you have picked up a book about tunneling.
Sorry.
It is written by dwarves. There is some poetry in this book, which I'm not going to be presenting this evening, because I'm going to have to make some poems about tunneling.
Toad would also ask if...
There is also a song in this book, which is just titled Dig,
Oh no.
and contains only the words dig, dig, diggity, dig, dig, dig.
Oh no.
There is also some pictures showing how best to build a tunnel, and other pictures explaining how to tunnel. Congratulations, you now have some knowledge on tunneling. And you also now have a bit of an urge to try and figure out how the music goes for the song Dig 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 Diggity Dig Dig Dig. Like, not an overriding urge, just there's a part of you that's like, what tune does this go to? Like, how does this song go? It seems pretty basic, but at the same time, like, how? Sorry, I was trying to figure out if I could fit it to the tune of Never Gonna Give You Up by Rick Astley.
Oh, dear.
And then my mind instantly reverted back to the Muffin Man one. And I was like, no.
Yeah.
Just the same tune. Dig, dig, dig. Dig, dig, dig. Diggity, dig, dig, dig. Diggity, dig, dig. Dig, 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 dig,
Final countdown.
dig, 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 dig. Yeah, that it is.
That's not a good song to combine with digging tunnels.
What, the final countdown?
Yes.
I know, but it just works. The words just fit the tune.
Yes. But the
Like,
themes are not well mixed.
no, not really, is it? Could you imagine? It's the final tunnel. Dig, 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 dig. Dig, 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 dig. Dig, 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 dig. Diggity, dig, 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 dig. Dig, 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 dig. Oh, shit.
That sounds like slavery.
Well, the good thing
okay.
is it looks like Raidel's gonna come save everybody from the dig song.
Congratulations, you now can add the dig song to your inventory.
The dig song.
That's what it's called. It's just called the dig song. It's literally the title in the book. And Zion isn't even sure if it's an actual song because it just looks like someone's randomly put it in to see if anyone's going to notice that there's a song with the lyrics dig, 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 diggity, dig, 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 diggity, dig, dig, dig. Like, you know, when you read a book and you're just like,
And
is
the
that
sing-
meant to be in here?
and the single, oh shit.
No, there isn't. Oh shit! That was just.
I know. I know.
But yeah, you can now add the digging song or the dig song to your inventory and repertoire.
I love that.
Yeah.
Of
Um,
earworms.
I can see this becoming a reoccurring theme in this campaign. There's
And
just going to be random songs, and your party's going to be going along, and
Well,
you need a bard.
thank God Radel got that recording thing.
That no one knows about. We kind of got distracted before you
We
could
did.
actually ask.
Yep. But yeah, I can just imagine, like, you need a bard, you need to hire a bard, and you just need to get them to play these songs.
Oh
Just
no.
not necessarily
Poor
even
them.
for your party, just in random places.
Poor
And just
them.
go up to a bard and be like, play this song. And they'll be like, why? You like to play it? Here's some money, play it. And then everyone in the town is just like, yeah!
Poor them.
I don't know. Yeah, so Radel, are you going back to Zion, who is currently reading the Book of Tunnels?
Yes.
Okay. Drogath, are you still just aimlessly wandering around the library?
I'll pick a random book somewhere.
Okay. Congratulations. You have a book of random songs.
Oh god.
I wonder where that idea came from.
Gee.
I mean, it's not. There's not any like in there that are like catchy or are gonna get stuck in your head or anything. But there are just random songs in there.
I'll put it backwards. So like the paper side is
One needs to
facing.
find this book. Okay. It immediately turns itself the right way round.
Read me.
Roll me a perception check, Drogath. While this is happening, Radel.
Dirty 20.
Okay, you would assume that these books are enchanted. In some form. Either to always be facing the right way, so therefore there is no need for anyone to actually come and turn all of the books the right way. And from this, you could also safely assume that they probably cannot be damaged. Radel, you approach Zion, who appears to be invested for some reason in a book about tunnels.
Totu waves at Radel.
Perhaps this would serve as a better use of your time.
Zion,
Zion, the fact sheet.
Zion is gonna immediately close the book and put it back. And read the fact sheet instead.
Yes, this is much better. 19 and 24. Yeah, Radel, you have written down everything that you know about your race.
So basically, there's a lot of information about Radel there.
Okay.
You can either private message this to Zion, or you can just say it out loud.
What information? It's anatomy. I don't know anatomy. I know height and wingspan.
You would know, like, layout of organs, healing time, diet, probably a couple of the other subspecies, or subrace, sorry. Like, whatever knowledge Radel would have,
Yeah.
essentially being as they are that race.
As he reads, Zion visibly seems to get more and more peppy and happier.
I shall read too, because what else is there to do? But
And now for awkward question number 2 for Tior.
Oh,
a bit slightly.
How long do you spend with the captain?
entire team not that long. 2-3 hours.
Okay. I am assuming the rest of the party is spending those 2-3 hours in the library.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hope so.
In that case, I think that's a good place to draw the session to a close for this evening.
Okay, sounds good.
People are in the library researching for the period of time that Tior is with company. I don't know how Tior would get the message across, but I would assume that Zion probably has a rough idea of how long they tend to spend with clients. Probably not greatly in detail, but a rough idea. So Zion would probably be a bit like, yeah, we need to spend at least 3 hours here. During which time you may all read part of a book of your choice.
I'm just.
My actions provide knowledge.
I'm just.
In this instance, yes. However, maybe not the best way to phrase it.
I know.
The perfect way to phrase it.
My actions provide knowledge. Do they?
Sadly, yes.
So, Drogath, Radel, Totu, Zion, you may pick a subject that you can read about. You have until next session to decide this. I don't need this answer this evening.
Okay.
You can have until next session to decide this. If you decide it now, that's fine. I'm just saying, for those of you who don't necessarily know, you can have until next session. If you are really confused and have no clue at all, roll me a D100 and send me the number, and I'll give you a random subject.
Cool.
However, be aware that you may end up with something like tunnels
Or random songs.
or random songs.
Zion gets tunnels again.
That would just be extremely unlucky.
I'll
Either
search for
Or Zion is then going to suddenly become an expert on tunnels.
I'm gonna read about arena combat.
Okay. Totu?
Tailoring.
Tailoring?
Yee.
As in, like, making clothes tailoring?
Yee.
Okay. Radel, do you have any ideas, or are you just...
I'm currently figuring out how to fantasy anatomy. So basically, I'm just copy pasting a description.
Okay. Zion, any ideas what you would like to research?
Aside from the sheet that I was just given by Radel, basically any anatomy.
That's a very broad...
Oh, apparently Ray has long fingers, not short fingers.
I assumed you would have had long fingers because bat-like.
But I haven't actually read their description. I mostly read what they could do.
Because I just imagined that, like, you were trying to put your fingers in his mouth to make him throw up, and you just ended up, like, down his throat. Without realising.
Dies again.
Just chokes on your fingers.
Oh no.
But yeah, I assumed you probably would have long fingers. Being a bat creature thing.
Yeah, but this is the first time I've actually properly read the description about my species, like the physical description. Mostly I just read everything else.
So you're playing a character that you had no clue what they looked like.
Oh, I know what they look like. I just didn't pay attention to the smaller details like the length of their fingers.
Which is probably important when you're deciding to shove your fingers down someone's throat.
To be fair, I didn't know I was going to do that at the time.
But it would also be important for things like sleight of hand and reach.
Mhm.
So
Is
on
it
that note, as a note to all of the players, please make sure you have read up on the physical descriptions of your race, so that we can make sure that people are aware. Because it goes back to like the whole Dragonborn thing, where people play Dragonborns and they don't realise Dragonborns don't have tails.
Which is a crime.
It is not a crime.
It is.
It is actually quite accurate considering their race and so forth.
It's a crime.
But yeah, most people don't realise, so they're just like, oh yeah, it's got a tail, and it's like, no, it doesn't.
It's a crime.
Let's turn that for a second. That is way too warm. Oh, excuse me. And so yes, that is where we'll draw the session to a close. Bear with me a second. That is stuck in my head now. Fuck. Why did I play that song?